Our topic is medicine with a subtopic of medical genetics. Our research question will be, what is medical genetics and how has it impacted the field of medicine? Medical genetics is a specialty of medicine that involves the diagnosis and management of hereditary disorders. This subtopic will be researched by each group member through biology, physics, and computer science.
It relates to biology in that medical genetics is a manipulation of genes within the body, genetic engineering. This can be further explored by researching human gene therapy and the multiple ways that medical genetics is used in the body. For the physics component, it will be researched how radioactive alteration is used in medical genetics and alteration of genes. To further understand medical genetics, it is important to understand what DNA is. DNA is similar to computer code because both are a set of instructions.
It is important to know that genetic engineering is the key to medical genetics. Genetic engineering is the alteration of genetic data within the body, usually to change the gene sequence in some beneficial way. This was started by Francis Crick, James Watson, and Rosalind Franklin in the 1950s, and was later used on domestic pets and other animals as a test. Some of these tests include making certain animals glow in the dark. By using genetic engineering, we can cure people of genetic disorders or other issues that may revolve around gene sequence. Gene therapy is another viable option for curing genetic disorders and works by inserting genes into a patient rather than drugs, although as of currently it is only experimental. Medical genetics is the area of medicine that involves the diagnosis and management of hereditary disorders. Hereditary disorders are genetic, meaning that it's only natural that genetic engineering be used to help cure these issues. Using gene therapy, we can treat certain genetic conditions such as sickle cell anemia, which is a hereditary disorder. Gene splicing may also be used to help against genetic conditions, as it means that we can remove less desired traits and replace them with the preferred traits.
In the field of physics, there are a special group of physicists called medical physicists. They help develop ways to spot genetic and other issues. Some of these ways include MRIs, CAT scans, PET scans, and ultrasound machines, which was only made possible by the study of physics behind sound waves. Another use of radiation is various types of radiotherapy, which are used to treat medical conditions, especially cancer, where it weakens or destroys specific cells. Nuclear medicine also uses radiation to provide diagnostic information about specific organs and even treat them. Radioactive alteration in genes is caused by dangerous doses of radiation that cause damage to genes within the body. The damage done may become hereditary, meaning that this would become an area for medical genetic work to be done, perhaps even curing the patient of the damage done by the radiation. Medical physicists continue to find ways to detect and hopefully stop these problems.
It's much like computer code in that both are a set of instructions. They also have both heavy effects on their environments. DNA provides the instructions for everything going on around it, and code also has instructions to be performed by a machine that may have an effect on other files and even hardware. DNA itself is a molecule within the body, and it contains instructions for all processes that must be accomplished. It is responsible for the genetic instructions of not only living organisms, but viruses as well. It is essentially in charge of every cell an organism has. The DNA carries a set of code for all cells to follow, meaning it is responsible for the actions of those cells, and if there is an error in these instructions, then the error will be performed and can yield negative consequences.